Good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 3 session regarding DevOps with AWS online training program. In the yesterday session, we discussed about some introduction related to software project and related to DevOps tools. So in the last session, we discussed about what is a software project and why we need to develop software project and how many types of software projects available in the market and what is the project architecture. Companies are going to develop the project by using which architecture, what is front end, back end database, and what technologies we are going to use to develop this project, complete project, right? And what are the technology stacks that people are going to prefer in order to develop the applications also we discussed. And we also discussed about how many types of teams will be available in one project development. Project means it's not one person work, guys. So multiple people will be available, multiple teams will be available in order to complete the project. So mainly we can see 4 types of teams in the project development process. One is business team. They are called as functional team. They will get the requirements from the client. And the second one is development team. They are called programmers. They will write the code. They will do the coding for our application. Then testing team will be available. Testing team is responsible to verify the project is working as expected by the client or not. Then operations team will be available in the project. Nothing but DevOps team will be available for a project. That DevOps team is responsible for infrastructure setup, configuration management, code quality checking, build and deployment, application release to the client, and application and infrastructure monitoring. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to perform these activities in the company. Okay, so I'm repeating once again. Operations team is responsible to perform infrastructure setup in the project, configuration management in the project, build and deployment in the project, application release process to the customer, and monitoring is also our responsibility. Here, whatever the operation that we need to perform, what are the roles that responsibilities that we need to perform as a DevOps engineer? To do these roles and to perform these roles and responsibilities as a DevOps engineer, we are going to use some tools, guys. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. Okay. For infrastructure setup, we are going to use Terraform. For configuration management, we are going to use Ansible. For source code management, we are going to use GitHub and Bitbucket. For code review, we are going to use SonarQube. For artifact storage, we are going to use JFrog or Nexus. For application build and deployment, we will be using Maven or Gradle, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins tools will be available. For monitoring purpose, we will use Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack. And for the project management, we are going to use a tool called Jira. Okay, so if you see, these are called as DevOps tools that we are going to use in our daily job, guys. So as part of our daily activity, we are going to use several DevOps tools. So GitHub is available, Maven is available, Jenkins is available, Docker is available, Kubernetes is available, okay, Ansible is available, Terraform is available, like that. Several tools we are going to use as part of our day-to-day activities. All of you, is my video, my voice, my screen, everything is clear? Could you please confirm? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, good. So first one, you can see that. So as a DevOps engineer, we need to perform operations in the project. Okay, what kind of operations we will perform? We need to set up infrastructure for the project. Infrastructure setup, nothing but creating the network required for the machines, creating the servers, setting up the database, set up the security, set up the network, all these things which are required to run our project. That infrastructure management we have to take care. So that infrastructure we are going to maintain by using cloud platform. So that's where Terraform software we are going to use. Terraform is free software. Anybody can use that. And by using that Terraform, we can perform infrastructure setup in the AWS cloud, AZURE and GCP. That supports for multiple cloud platforms available in the market. That's why Terraform is having a lot of demand in the market. And the next one, Ansible. Ansible is a configuration management software which is used to automate the configurations. Nothing but what are the softwares that we need to install? What are the files that we need to copy from one machine to another machine? Those works can be automated by using this Ansible software. Okay, next one. GitHub is available, GitHub is used to store the source code of the project. So developers are going to write the code. Guys, I'm getting some background noise. Nikhil, please go on mute. Right. So development team will write the code, and that code should be integrated one place. That's where GitHub will be available. Maven is used to build the code. Tomcat is a server. SonarQube is used to perform the code review. Nexus repository is used to store the project artifacts. Jenkins will be available, which we are going to use for CI/CD, for code integration, and for code deployment. Continuous integration, continuous deployment we can do by using Jenkins. Docker is used for containerization. Application execution will be simplified by using Docker. To manage the Docker containers, we are going to use Kubernetes. Kubernetes is called as orchestration platform. And once our application is deployed, we need to do the monitoring, right? Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack, such kind of tools are available in order to perform monitoring of our application. Okay, can anyone tell me the tool name which is there on the diagram, and can you tell me the purpose of that tool? Anyone want to take that chance, guys? I want the session to be interactive. Can anyone read the tools which are displaying on the screen, and can you tell me what is the purpose of each tool in one single line, short description about each tool?
Yeah, GitHub it is working for it is a kind of repository, means where we can store all our the development team's code and whatever we write that.
Okay.
So that it is a kind of repository, we can say.
Okay.
The Maven build tool, we can say, we can build the project like that.
Okay.
And Jenkins we are using it for CI/CD.
Yep. Yeah, read the tool name and tell me what is the purpose of that tool.
Yeah, Apache Tomcat is for services, right? Web services.
Yeah, tell me whatever you know, whether it is right or wrong, no problem.
SonarQube is for code review, and Nexus repository is for to manage that repository for Artifactory, and Jenkins is the tool for CI/CD. Docker is for containerization, and Kubernetes is for orchestration, and Stack the ELK, right? ELK is for monitoring.
Yep.
And Ansible Terraform is for configuration, infrastructure configuration.
Ansible is for configuration, Terraform is for infrastructure. Very good, good job. Anyone else one more person I want to read the tools and explain the purpose of each tool in single line, short description I want. I want to hear from you whether you are able to understand me from last 2 days or not. Yeah, hi madam, Gopika, go ahead.
GitHub and the Bitbucket is used for the code integration, and Apache Maven is a build tool, and Apache Tomcat is for the web server, and SonarQube is for the code review, and this Docker is for the containerization, and ELK stack is for the monitoring the log, and Ansible is for the
Ansible is for configuration management.
Configuration, and Terraform is for the infrastructure, and Jenkins it is called as a CI/CD, and it is CD is nothing but the continuous deployment, and CI is nothing but the continuous integration. It automate our project build and deploy the process.
Okay.
And Kubernetes is called as a management of the software, or orchestration of the software, and Docker containerization of the software. It simplifies the application execution process by using the container concept. Containerization is nothing but what the software required to run the application. All the software we are going to be a package as a one unit, and we will execute that.
Yep, correct. Perfect. Good, great guys. So we understood what are the DevOps tools available and what is the purpose of this DevOps tool. So in the real time, as a DevOps engineer, how the process will be available. So as part of this DevOps course, what we are going to learn. So what kind of projects we are going to implement as a DevOps engineer. So the first one that you need to understand, as we discussed, multiple teams will be available in your project. So there will be a business team, they will get the requirement from the client and they will give the requirements to the development team. So the development team will do the coding, they will develop the front end of the application, they will develop the back end of the application, they will set up the database which is required for the application. Once the development team has done the coding part, they will push their code into GitHub. So GitHub is a source code management software. All the team members code, because the team will be available in the different locations. Some people are working in Hyderabad, some people in Bangalore, some people in Chennai. So all the developers code should be integrated at one place. That's where GitHub comes into picture. Some companies will use GitHub, some companies will use Bitbucket, guys. Both are almost same. Okay, so this team, what the development team will push their code into GitHub repository, which is called as a source code management software. As a DevOps engineer, we need to know how to work with the GitHub. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to create the Git repository. So developers should commit the code into which repository in the GitHub, that is the DevOps engineer will decide. As a DevOps engineer, we are going to create the Git repositories for the project. Okay, and for that Git repository, user management, role-based access will be available. For some users only, read permission will be available for the repository. Some users will have both read and write permission. So that means which team member can access that repository, which team member can modify that repository, which team member can take the code from the repository, that will be controlled by DevOps team. Okay, so we should have very strong experience on the GitHub concept, guys, because the complete project source code will be available in the GitHub. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to create the GitHub repositories. We are responsible to manage users and user permissions for the repositories also. So we will create the repository, we will give the repository to the development team, then the developers will push their code into GitHub repository. Okay, that is the first process in the project. Then once the code is available in the GitHub, we need to take that code from the GitHub and we need to deploy that code and we need to deliver that code. So instead of we are taking the code manually from the GitHub repository for the deployment, we will create CI/CD pipelines, continuous integration, continuous deployment pipelines we are going to create in the project. So who is going to execute that CI/CD pipeline? Where we are going to create that CI/CD pipeline? We are going to create the pipeline by using Jenkins software. Jenkins tool we are going to use to automate our project build and deployment process. Okay, so Jenkins is a CI/CD software which is free of cost. By using this Jenkins, we can automate the CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. What is the meaning of continuous integration? Whenever developers modify the code, whenever they send their code changes to the GitHub repository, immediately we need to take that code, we need to build that code, and we need to deploy that code. That is called continuous integration, continuous delivery. That means whenever there is some change in the project, immediately we need to take that code, we need to build that code, and we need to deploy that code to the server. We need to deliver that application. So if you take manually go to the GitHub, take the code and compile that code, package that code, deploy that code, deliver, it will take a lot of time. So we need speed, quick delivery process is required for the project. That's where we are going to use Jenkins. This Jenkins tool will clone the repository. Clone means downloading. It is going to download the source code from the GitHub repository. Earlier, people used to take the code from the repositories manually. Now we are automating that process by using Jenkins. Once the Jenkins tool downloaded the code from the GitHub repository, then Jenkins will communicate with the Maven tool. What is the purpose of the Maven? Maven is going to build that code. That means Maven will convert that developer given code into executable format. So multiple developers are available. They will write the code. Whatever the code they have written, that code we need to convert into executable format. That is called build process. That build process we are going to take care by using Maven. This Jenkins tool is going to communicate with the Maven tool and it will build the project. Build means convert that code into executable format. Once it is done, then Jenkins tool can communicate with the Ansible tool. Ansible is a configuration management. We can use the Ansible to copy the file from one server to another server, and we can use Ansible to install the required softwares on the multiple machines. The configuration management we are going to automate. And that Ansible, we can communicate, but by using this Ansible, we can communicate with the Docker, and we can tell to the Docker server to create a Docker image for the application. Once our Docker image is created, that Docker image we are going to store into Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a repository where our project Docker images will be available. So Docker is called containerization software. Containerization, nothing but our code. For running our code, some softwares are required. So Angular, Java, database, some server. What are the softwares are required to run our code? All the softwares and our code will be packaged as one unit. That is called containerization. So by using this Docker, we are going to implement containerization in the project. Once the Docker image is created, those Docker images we are going to store in the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is called as a repository. Okay, once the image is stored in the Docker Hub, that image we are going to execute by using Kubernetes. That is called deployment. So finally, our application will be deployed by using Kubernetes software, which is called as orchestration software. So Docker is called as containerization software. Kubernetes is called as orchestration software, which is used for management. Application deployment can be automated by using this Kubernetes software. So once Kubernetes is available, then our application will run. Then we can install some monitoring tools and we can monitor our infrastructure and we can monitor our application also. So in the real time, a DevOps project we are going to set up like this. So here, so due to lack of some space in the diagram, guys, I did not mention SonarQube, Nexus repository, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK. Those tools I have not added in this flow of diagram, guys. So this is the high level, the overview that you are going to get. So what we are going to do as a DevOps engineer. So GitHub will be available, Maven will be available, Jenkins will be available, Docker will be available, Ansible will be available, Kubernetes will be available, Terraform will be available, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK. There are so many tools are available. So we need to integrate all the tools and we need to simplify our project to build and deployment process. That is the goal of DevOps team. So as a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to perform all these activities. Are you getting my point? DevOps, development plus operations. So development team will write the code. So once their coding is completed, we need to perform operations on that code. So to perform the operations on the code, operations nothing but take the code, compile that code, build that code, okay, review that code, deploy that code, deliver that code as an application to the customer. All these things comes under operations. DevOps nothing but development plus operations. So for development, one team will be available. For operations, separate team is required. So to establish the collaboration between the development team and operations team, companies are going to follow DevOps culture. DevOps is not a technology, guys. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a culture. DevOps nothing but set of practices we are going to follow to simplify application development and delivery process. Simply, easily, quickly, we can build and deploy our application to the production and we can deliver that application to the customer. That's where this DevOps process comes into picture. So Java is a programming language, Python is a language, but DevOps is not, it is not a technology, it's not a programming language. DevOps is a process. So what is that process? There are several tools available in the market. By using all those tools, we will set up infrastructure for the project. We will set up configuration management for the project. We will automate the build and deployment of the project. We will simplify application delivery process. We will simplify application monitoring process by using these tools. That's why this DevOps is having a lot of demand in the market, because for every project, operations are required. So to simplify those operations, we are using several tools like this. These tools are called as DevOps tools. So if you are learning DevOps, nothing but you are going to learn these tools. By using these tools, we are going to automate operations on the project. Okay. So in the simple terminology, what we can tell about the DevOps, guys. So in the simple terminology, if anyone asks what is DevOps, DevOps is nothing but development plus operations. What is the meaning of DevOps, guys? DevOps is nothing but development plus operations. So this DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a culture, and we can say DevOps is a process, and we can say DevOps means set of best practices. DevOps nothing but a culture. DevOps nothing but a process. DevOps means set of best practices. DevOps is used to establish. DevOps, what is the main goal of the DevOps? DevOps process is used to establish some collaboration between dev team and the operations team. Okay, so what development team is doing in the project, what operations team is doing in the project. So because development will be taken care by some team members will be available for the development, operations will be taken care by some other team. So what development team is doing, what operations team is doing, there should be some collaboration, there should be some communication between development team and operations team to deliver the project to the client successfully. So if you want to deliver a project to the client, so you are a development team member, I'm an operations team member. What I am delivering, you should know. What you are developing, I should know. So there should be some communication between the development team and operations team. Then only we can reach our target. That's where industry is following this DevOps process to simplify, to automate, to speed up the project delivery process. So to simplify this, and to speed up this delivery process, we are using set of tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. So if you join for a DevOps course in any institute, they are going to teach you these tools only. If you learn these tools, then you are called as a DevOps engineer. Are you guys getting my point? Guys, are you with me?
Sir, I'm having one doubt.
Yes,
line number 302. Just observe line number 302. You have told DevOps means development plus operator.
Yes.
Where is the part of testing team? Testing is also
called DevOps. Testing also will be there. Development, whenever there is a development, definitely testing also required, right?
That means you have to write development plus testing plus operations. It will be right.
That is, I mean, the full form here is DevOps means development plus operations. When I say development, testing is a subset of the development. Okay, here development means coding plus testing.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever the code that we are developing, so without testing that code, we cannot deliver to the client, right? So generally we will call it as development plus operations. Development means coding plus testing included in the development process. You got my point? Good.
Yes.
So we are trying to understand what is the DevOps. DevOps nothing but development plus operations, guys. So DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a process. DevOps nothing but set of best practices that we are going to follow. So why we are going to follow this DevOps culture? This DevOps is used to establish collaboration between dev team and operations team. What is the main aim of the DevOps culture, guys? What is the main aim of the DevOps? The main aim of DevOps process is to simplify and automate and speed up application build and deployment process. Whatever the code that development team is writing, that code immediately we should be able to build, we should be able to deploy, we should be able to deliver that code to the customer. A simple example, you want to purchase one mobile, guys. Okay, so we have so many online websites are available to purchase a mobile. So assume that we have, I mean, no need to assume, these are the facts. Amazon is available, Flipkart is available. So when you go for Amazon, if you order a mobile in the Amazon, nowadays they came up with a process called one-day delivery. One-day delivery. When you go for a Flipkart, same mobile, they are taking 4 days to deliver. Which one you will prefer? You want to purchase a mobile, same mobile is available in the Amazon also, same mobile is available in the Flipkart also. In the Amazon, one-day delivery process is available. Within 1 day, they are going to deliver your mobile. Flipkart is taking 4 days of time to deliver your project. So as a customer, what is your choice?
Amazon.
Amazon. Why?
Delivery is very
delivery.
quick
For
delivery.
one-day delivery, right?
Quick delivery. That means we want output immediately. We want result immediately. Same thing when the customer is giving some requirements also, customers will expect early release of the project. Customer will expect late release of the projects. Early releases, quick releases are required for the customers. Whenever there is a change in the project, immediately we should be able to deliver that change to the customer. So that's why nowadays most of the companies are going to follow, not most, almost all, 99.9% of the companies are following this DevOps culture. The main aim of the DevOps culture is to simplify, to automate, to speed up application build and deployment process. So we can deliver application to the customer quickly by following DevOps practices. We can deliver application to customer, application to client quickly by following DevOps practices. By following DevOps practices, we can deliver application to the customer quickly. We can increase quality of our delivery. We can maintain the quality when we are delivering the application to the customer by following these DevOps practices. So DevOps nothing but development plus operations. So DevOps is not a separate technology to learn, guys. DevOps is just a process. We need to adapt that process so that we can establish the collaboration between development team and operations team, and we can simplify application build and deployment process by using this culture. Now all the IT companies are following this DevOps culture to speed up the application delivery process, to automate the application delivery process. They are following this culture. Okay, how to adopt DevOps process in project? How can we adapt this DevOps process in our project? By using some tools, guys. So how can we adopt this DevOps culture? How companies are adopting this DevOps culture? By using set of tools. Those are called as DevOps tools. So if you want to use DevOps in your project, then you need to use some tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. So what are the DevOps tools? Terraform is available. So what is the purpose of this Terraform? To automate, to create infrastructure in cloud platform. Okay, Terraform is a software. We are going to use this Terraform software to create infrastructure in the cloud platform. In any cloud you can create it. And Ansible is available to manage configurations, like means install the softwares, copy the files, uninstall the softwares, upgrade the software version. Suppose if I have 100 machines, so copying a file into 100 machines manually is not easy. It will take a lot of time. Such kind of works can be automated by using this Ansible, that is used for configuration management. Okay, and the next one we have GitHub or Bitbucket is available. They are called as source code management softwares. Okay, so all the developers code should be integrated at one place. That's where we are going to use GitHub. Some people will use Bitbucket also. And we have Maven tool is available, which is called as build tool. Whatever the code is done by the developer, that code should be converted into one executable format. That's where Maven comes into picture. And the next one, SonarQube tool is available. So for code review. Okay, whatever the code that the developers are writing, that code we need to review so that whether the code is having the quality or not, we can check that. For that, we are going to use SonarQube to perform the code review. Next one, Nexus and JFrog is available, which is called Artifactory server. Whatever the code that we want to deploy, we will store that code into Nexus for the backup as an artifact. So here, source code is available in the GitHub. That source code we will convert into one package by using Maven. Whatever the package that we are creating, that package we are going to store into Nexus for the Artifactory purpose. And we have Tomcat, which is a web server to run the application. For every web application, a server is required. Tomcat is going to act as a web server. And the next one, Docker is available, which is for containerization. Application code, application softwares will be packaged for execution. For that, we are going to use Docker. To manage the Docker containers, we are going to use Kubernetes, which is called as orchestration. Docker is for containerization, Kubernetes used for orchestration purpose. In order to automate complete process of the project, we are going to use Jenkins. This Jenkins is called as CI/CD software. Continuous integration, continuous deployment will be available. We can achieve that CI/CD by using this Jenkins. Okay. Then similarly, Prometheus will be available and Grafana is available. They are used for monitoring purpose, monitoring tools. Okay. And ELK stack is available, log segregation, log monitoring. Servers monitoring can be done by using Grafana and Prometheus. Application logs monitoring can be done by using ELK. And in order to manage the work in the project, for the project management, okay, we are going to use a tool called Jira. So by using all these tools, we are going to adopt DevOps culture. If you implement all these tools in your project, that means you are following DevOps culture in your project. So with these tools, you can automate your project build and deployment. You can simplify your project operations. Development will be taken care by one team, operations we have to take care. So in order to take care of the operations, we need to use these tools. So that's why this DevOps is called development plus operations. So DevOps the main aim of the DevOps is to simplify, automate, speed up application build and deployment process with a high quality. We should not compromise on the quality. So we need to follow the quality, we need to maintain the quality, and we should be quick in the market. We need to release our software to the market very quickly than our competitors. Are you getting my point? So that's why we are going to adopt this DevOps process in the project. So these are called as DevOps tools, guys. So these are called as DevOps tools that we are going to use. GitHub, Maven, Tomcat, Sonar, Nexus, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, ELK, Ansible, and Terraform. Can anyone tell me what is DevOps and why we need to use this DevOps? Quickly, whatever we discussed. Can you give me reverse KT in 1 minute? Come on.
Yeah, DevOps is a kind of mindset, and it's a set of process we need to implement as part of automation to simplify, and we can integrate development as well as the operation teams.
Very good. Good job. Next one.
Sir, I'm having one doubt. Sir, currently, though I am a working professional in a core banking sector, but we are using some of the tools like Nagios. Nagios also now currently I am using, and ServiceNow. ServiceNow, you can say it is a ticketing tool.
Yes, sir, correct.
And Nagios also I'm using. Though our we are having our physical data center, means on-premise.
On-premise infrastructure you are maintaining.
Yes. We are not having cloud because though banking sector means crucial data are there, they are not migrating to cloud. They are having their own physical data center. And some of the tools like Jenkins, we are using Bamboo. Bamboo we are using. And Kubernetes I don't know. Docker I don't know. Tomcat I know. SonarQube I know. And instead of Prometheus ELK, we are using Nagios.
Yes, sir. Nagios is also kind of monitoring tool only.
Yes. The thing is that what is the difference between Nagios and Prometheus and Grafana?
We'll come to know that in the classes. And Nagios also I will show you in the class how to do the monitoring by using Nagios, how to set up that, how to set up Prometheus and Grafana. Once we start the classes, then you will get full picture of that.
Okay, one last question. Sir, in my point of view, I can say DevOps is nothing but it is the higher version of Agile.
Not higher version of the Agile. As part of the Agile, this DevOps culture will help you to release the project quickly. For every sprint, we need to release the project, right? We can simplify the Agile process by using this DevOps culture.
But in our company also, we are following Agile methodology.
Right, sir. In the Agile methodology, every sprint is there for 2 weeks. Every one sprint is there. So when the sprint is available, we need to follow all this process, all these tools, so that we can deliver the project quickly in every sprint.
Every day we are also giving updates to our Scrum Master. Our product owner is also there. And we are also collaborating with all our team members. Our team members are there in Hyderabad. I am in Odisha. So every day bridge call meeting is also going on. What type of work you have done today?
Yeah, I remember. Saurav, you are from our Spring Boot batch student.
Yes. I have done your course. JRTP also have done. Already I have done 2 years of job also. Now I am getting these types of knowledges.
Good, sir. I can recognize your voice, man. So you are a previous student.
Yeah. Yes. But thing is that banking project is a legacy-based project, and they are now not upgrading to cloud. They are using their own physical data center.
Okay, here you can upgrade to cloud. Here you can learn the AWS.
Okay. Right.
Okay, good. Guys, anyone else who want to speak about DevOps for 1 minute before moving to the next topic?
Yeah, here. Yeah. DevOps is a development like coding and testing plus operation. DevOps is a culture, it is a process, it is a best practice to establish the collaboration between DevOps teams and operation team. The main the DevOps is used to simplify and automate and speed up the application and build and development process to client for give the application build development by high quality. Yeah, for that we adapt we use some tools like Terraform, Ansible, GitHub, Maven, SonarQube, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, like that.
Okay, good. So we understood. DevOps nothing but development plus operations, guys. It is a culture that is used to simplify, speed up, automate application delivery process to the client with high quality. So in order to adopt this DevOps culture, we are going to use a set of tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. As we discussed, there are so many tools are available. We are covering 15 plus tools as part of our course: Terraform, Ansible, GitHub, Bitbucket, Maven, Gradle, SonarQube, Nexus, JFrog, Tomcat, Docker, Kubernetes, ELK Stack, Jenkins, Prometheus, Grafana, etc. So these are the tools that we are going to set up in order to simplify our project operations part. So as discussed yesterday, as a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to perform infrastructure setup. We are responsible to manage configurations of our project. We are responsible for build and deployment. Pipelines creation we have to do. We are responsible for application release process, and we are responsible for application monitoring also. So to do all these activities, we are going to use several DevOps tools. Now the question is, so these many tools we are going to use, right? So in order to automate our project build and deployment process, where we are going to install all these softwares, guys. So where we are going to install all these tools in order to automate our project process. Okay, so Jenkins we need to install in one computer. Okay, and Ansible we need to install in some other computer. For Docker, one machine required. For Kubernetes, a cluster group of machines are required. For SonarQube, one machine required. Okay, for Nexus, one machine is required. So several machines, several servers are required in order to perform these operations. All these tools can we install in one machine? If you install all these tools in one machine, that machine is not sufficient. That configuration of the machine will not be sufficient in order to run all these softwares in one single system. So that's why we need to set up several machines required for the project. So for Jenkins, some machines are required. For Ansible, few machines are required. For Docker, 1 or 2 machines are required. For Kubernetes, 4 or 5 machines are required. For SonarQube, for JFrog, for Terraform, all these things. For all these softwares, we are going to take several machines, and by setting up that infrastructure, we can run our application. So what is the meaning of infrastructure? First, let's understand that point. As we discussed yesterday, as a DevOps engineer, we are responsible for infrastructure setup. So what is the meaning of that infrastructure setup, guys? Let's understand what is the meaning of infrastructure. Can anyone tell me in the layman terminology, forget about IT, forget about software. In the layman terminology, what is the meaning of infrastructure, guys? What do you mean by infrastructure?
Physical IT kind of things.
What is the meaning of infrastructure?
Providing resources. Providing the works.
Whatever the resources that are required to perform the task, that is called infrastructure. For example, if I want to run one school, then I need an infrastructure like this. I want to start one school for kids, then I need to take a room, I need to set up some chairs, tables, board, lot of things are required. So this is called infrastructure setup to conduct the school. To run the school, we need an infrastructure like this. Similarly, if I want to run one hotel, if I want to start one hotel business, for the hotel business, we need this kind of infrastructure. Some tables are required, some chairs are required, and some plates are required, spoons are required, forks are required. So a lot of setup, electricity is required, power is required, AC is required, chefs are required. So many things that we need to set up, then only we can run the hotel. So this is called infrastructure. Okay, for school we need this kind of infrastructure, for hotel we need this kind of infrastructure. Similarly, I want to start one software company. I want to develop a software project. So in order to develop a project, in order to run a software company, we need some infrastructure. Okay, so for the school, how we need chains and tables, for a hotel, how we need this kind of stuff. Similarly, if you want to run a software company, if you want to develop and execute, if you want to develop a software project, then we need some infrastructure. So to run a software company, we need several machines, we need several servers, some application servers, some database servers, we need load balancers, we need a network for our office, we need power, we need storage, we need security, and we need monitoring. All these things are required in order to run a company, in order to develop a project. So all these things comes under IT infrastructure. Okay, IT infrastructure, nothing but the resources that are required to develop and execute a software project. That is called IT infrastructure. What is required? Machines are required, servers are required. Okay, network is required. Network is very important. Power is very important. Storage is important. Security is important for the resources. Monitoring is also important. Okay, all these things we need to set up. So in order to set up this infrastructure, what we will do? If you want to set up this infrastructure on your own, you need to take a big room. You need to take a big room. You need to recruit some staff. You need to recruit security guards. You need to recruit administrator. You need to purchase the computers. You need to purchase the network. You need to purchase electricity. You need to set up ACs for your room. You need to keep the monitoring for your room. Lot of things you need to do. Lot of money we have to invest in order to set up the infrastructure. Lot of cost is required, lot of money, crores of rupees you have to invest if you want to set up a software company. Just with 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees, you cannot set up a software company. You cannot set up the infrastructure of the software company. Crores of rupees money you have to invest. Then only you can set up one software company. Only if you have money, is that sufficient? No. You need to find the good candidates, good employees you need to find out for managing your software, for managing your company, for managing your application, manage your database, manage your network, manage your power, manage the security. Lot of things you need to take care. You need to invest a lot of time. You need to invest a lot of money for this infrastructure. Okay, so after spending lot of money, lot of time, again, there are some challenges available. Okay, if you set up the infrastructure on your own, there are some problems are there. So there are challenges available. Security for your infrastructure, privacy for your infrastructure, scalability, availability, network issues, how you will handle. Suppose if there is any disaster happened in your office, some in your location, some earthquake happened, all your office got collapsed, all your system servers got collapsed, how do you recover your data? Okay, so if you set up the infrastructure on your own, then you need to spend lot of money, you need to spend lot of time, still you need to face some challenges. So how do you secure your machines? How do you secure your files? How you will secure your data? How you will secure your infrastructure? Okay, scalability. Scalability means today I have 10 computers in the office. Tomorrow I want 100 computers. Again, you need to purchase more computers and you need to have the space in order to set up those computers, power, network, security, storage. Whenever you want, you should be able to increase. Suppose I have purchased 100 computers by spending a lot of money. My business is not running. I want to sell those computers. I want to remove those computers from here. Is there anybody ready to purchase our machines, second-hand machines? No. Suppose I have 100 computers today. I got a new project. I need another 100 computers. Within 1 day, can you get the 100 computers? Can you set up 100 computers within 1 day? Whenever you want immediately, can you increase your servers? Can you decrease your servers? Scalability will be available? No, it will take time. If I want to set up another 100 computers, I need to find the space. I need to find the electricity. I need to find the network. I need to find the space. And I need to recruit the people who can set up those 100 computers in my office, and for those rooms, AC, for that room, security, for that room, monitoring. Scalability will be the biggest challenge, and availability. So due to some rain today, there is no network in your area, then your servers are not available. Your servers are switched off because of electricity issue. Due to some wire problem, today there is no network in your office. How do you handle that? Come on. In your location, some earthquake happened, your building collapsed, your servers got damaged. How do we recover that data? From last 3 years, we are developing the code for the project. So next month, we have to deliver that code to the client. Today, earthquake happened, everything is collapsed. Can you say sorry to the client? Today, earthquake happened, we lost everything, so your project is not there. Can you tell that to the client, guys? Will client accept it? Client has paid 2 crores money. He's waiting from last 3 years. In next month, we have to deliver the project. Today, earthquake happened. Our building collapsed. Everything is. There is a fire accident in the building. And all our systems got crashed. We lost everything. Zero. How you will manage these issues? So now tell me, here, managing the infrastructure is easy. Managing the infrastructure is not easy. If you have money, that is not sufficient. You need to have the resources also. Okay, these all are the challenges available with the infrastructure. For every company, for every project, lot of infrastructure is required. So to set up that infrastructure, money is required, time is required, and patience is also required. And some resources are required. You need to take a lot of challenges in order to manage that infrastructure required for the project. Will you agree with me? So what is the meaning of infrastructure? Infrastructure is nothing but the resources that are required in order to run our application. Okay, infrastructure nothing but the resources which are required to run our application. So if you set up the infrastructure on your own, then you need to take care of security, you need to take care of scalability, you need to take care of availability, you need to take care of network issues. You should have a backup plan also. Whenever there is a disaster, you should have your data as a backup. All these things you need to take care, then only you can run your company successfully. And if there is a disaster, there is a fire accident, you lost all your systems, you lost all your data, you lost all your infrastructure, you are on the zero. Again, you need to spend a lot of money to set up the new infrastructure to run your company. Now tell me, nowadays, anybody interested to take care of these challenges? Simple example, let's go for general topic. There is a function in your house, your marriage got settled, your marriage is there in 1 week. Okay, for your marriage, 100 people or 200 people, 500 people you are inviting, your friends, families, neighbors. So रिश्तेदार सब लोग आ रहे हैं हमारा function के लिए. Okay, so many people are coming for your function. For that function is there for 2 days. Okay, for 2 days, will you purchase 500 chairs, 200 tables? Will you purchase the chairs and tables to arrange your function? Will you purchase them?
No.
No. Why?
Because after function, it will be
after function, where you will store those 100 chairs, 500 chairs, where you will keep those 200 tables, how you will manage them? First of all, to purchase 500 chairs and 200 tables, you need to spend a lot of money. Okay, you are having that money, you are interested because first time you are getting married, you are excited, you purchase it, the chairs and tables, everything, grand function completed. Next day, where you will keep those chairs? Where you will keep those tables? Will you have that much space in your house? No. So challenges are there, challenges are not there. If you maintain our own chairs, if you maintain your own chairs, your own tables for your function, so there are some challenges available. After function completed, what you will do with them? You need to start tent house business.
So we should buy these things in rent. After our function is over, then we have to give the rent and वापस कर देंगे.
Suppose if nobody is taking the rent, if nobody is taking those chairs from you,
then you lost
loss
your
is
money.
there, na?
Yes,
Money
definitely.
loss is there, right? And
Yes.
lot of mental tension. Like 10 lakh, 10 lakhs I have spent for purchasing the chairs and tables, where I need to keep them. So in my house, that much space is not available. How I need to secure this material?
Yes.
These are the challenges available. Same thing. Okay, now what people are doing for the marriages? Anybody will purchase the chairs and tables for the marriage, or they will take it for rent?
They will take it for the rent.
For 2 days, we will take for rent for 1 lakh rupees or 1.5 lakh rupee rent we are going to pay. That shop owner will come, will arrange the tables, chairs, electricity, lighting, decoration, everything they will set up for 2 days. They will take 1 lakh rupees. Once the function is completed, they will take their material, they will go to their shop. We are happy. We are just paying 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. Our work will be completed, our function will be completed. No headache, no tension, nothing.
I mean, they are going for the event management people.
Event management people are there. You pay the money, they will do everything for you. They will set up infrastructure for you to conduct your function. To celebrate your marriage, you pay money 10 lakh rupees, you pay to the event management people. They will do all the arrangements required for your function. Once the function completed, you give the money, they will go. We are happy. Yes or no? Nowadays, companies are also thinking the same. Nowadays, how we are thinking for our functions in our house, companies are also thinking same. Array, why should we purchase 1,000 computers? Why we need to purchase these servers? Why to bother about the security? Why to bother about the network? Why to bother about the power? Let us take this infrastructure for rent. How we are taking tables and chairs for rent to arrange a function at our house. Similarly, companies are taking IT infrastructure for rent. So there are some companies who will give infrastructure for rent. Those are called as cloud providers. Okay, now we have two options in our hand. One is you want to set up infrastructure on your own. You want to set up infrastructure on your own, or you want to take infrastructure for rent. If you want to set up infrastructure on your own, then that is called on-premise infrastructure. So when you go for on-premise infrastructure, you need to set up everything on your own. You need to take care of those challenges. You need to spend a lot of money and you need to spend a lot of time. If any issue comes, you are responsible to solve that problem. So that is called on-premise infrastructure. So if you don't want to take that headache, array, why should I break my head to manage the infrastructure, security, power, electricity, disaster recovery, scalability, availability? I don't have that much time. I want to focus on my business. I want to focus on my sales. Okay, let someone take care of the infrastructure. We will pay the rent for them. So that's where cloud infrastructure comes into picture. So earlier, companies used to manage infrastructure on their own. That is called on-premise infrastructure. When you go for on-premise infrastructure, you need to take care of the challenges also. So if you want to take care of your infrastructure, lot of money, lot of time, and lot of issues you need to face. If you don't want to take that headache, then the alternate, whatever the infrastructure required for your project, whatever infrastructure required for your company, there are some people who will give you for rent. That is called cloud computing. Okay, so you can go for on-premise infrastructure or you can go for cloud infrastructure also. The companies who will give you infrastructure for rent, those companies are called as cloud providers. In the market, there are so many cloud providers available. AWS, Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google GCP, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, DigitalOcean Cloud. So many clouds are available. So many clouds are available. Cloud nothing but they will give you infrastructure for rent. Whatever the infrastructure is required for your project, for your company, they will give you for rent. So that's why we are going to use cloud computing in our companies. We are going to use cloud computing in our project. Okay.
But I can say this cloud computing is for those who do the startup business. Suppose you want to do a business in IT. For you, it is required cloud computing. But our company is running last 25 years. So they are doing on-premises. So why they will migrate to cloud? Till now, we are not.
At a time, migrating to the cloud is not that much easy, right? You are saying that they are having the infrastructure from last 25 years.
Yes.
They might have a lot of setup. They have their own data centers.
Yes, right.
Okay. So immediately over a night, they cannot migrate. Slowly, step by step, they will also go to the cloud.
No. Thing is that I am having my crucial data. Why I should deliver my crucial data to cloud?
Sir, if you deliver your crucial data to the cloud, so do you think about security? If there is no, please listen to me, Saurabh.
Okay.
If there is no security in the cloud, why these many people will use cloud? If cloud provider not guaranteeing the security, why people will use cloud? For you, your data is your data is important. For me, my data is important. So when I am storing my data in the cloud, do you think that I will compromise on the security?
Definitely.
No compromise. No.
Are you sure?
Yes. So if there is no security, why AWS will become this much famous?
Even I can say one thing, Ashok sir, like rather than on-prem, cloud is more secure and more safe.
Yes, more safe.
Because last 7 years I am working in this particular platform in cloud Azure. And I have seen like many of the organizations, they are moving from on-prem to cloud. Like they previously SSCM was in a high demand. Now they all are moving into Intune, Microsoft Intune. So all the device
when we
management,
compare, as you told, when you compare, cloud is more secure than on-premises.
Let's see, cloud is nothing but they are also having their own data center. AWS is having their own data center.
It is simple, right? You on-premise nothing, but you will manage your own data center. Cloud means they will manage their data center. From their data center, we will take the infrastructure.
We are taking the services.
Yes. Someone is also maintaining their data center. AWS data center, someone is also maintaining. Network administrator is there. Network team is also there in the AWS data center. Then what is the difference? We are having our data center. Cloud is also having their data.
You can say that the cost cutting
cost cutting will be there. Maintenance is the problem, sir.
Means based on the requirements. Means for example, we are any kind of festivals kind of thing. Amazon is providing some offers, right? So at that time the request will be more. So at that time we may require more servers.
Yes, sir. When you go for cloud, what are the benefits? He's asking about what are the benefits when you go for the cloud, right? So we'll come to that point, guys. So first of all, are you able to understand what is infrastructure, what is on-premise infrastructure, and what is cloud infrastructure? Are you guys clear with what is on-premise and what is cloud?
Yes.
So what is the meaning of on-premise infrastructure, guys? What is the meaning
To set
of
up our own
infrastructure?
to set up our own data center.
Setting up our own infrastructure required for our project, required for our company, which is called on-premise infrastructure. What are the problems available when we go for on-premise infrastructure? Any challenges are there with the on-premise infrastructure?
Disaster, one problem.
Yes, there are some challenges available. Scalability, availability, security, network issues, disaster recovery, all these are the challenges. Okay, so to overcome all these challenges, companies are moving for cloud computing. So first of all, what is the meaning of cloud computing? In simple terminology, cloud computing nothing but whatever the infrastructure I need, I will take it from someone. On rental basis. That is called cloud computing. So the official definition of the cloud computing is nothing but on-demand delivery of the IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. This is called cloud computing. That means whenever you need, you can take the resources through internet based on pay-as-you-go pricing. For example, today I have 10 machines. So tomorrow I want 100 machines. Yes, you can take it 100 machines immediately with the help of internet only. Okay, so within fraction of minutes, you can increase the resources count, you can decrease the resources count also, and a lot of money you can save, and you no need to bother about the security, you no need to bother about the scalability, availability, power, network, disaster recovery, Everything will be taken care by cloud provider. Okay, so here cloud computing nothing but it is the process of delivering the resources over the internet based on pay as you go pricing. What is the meaning of pay as you go pricing? It is like a postpaid bill. Whatever the resources you use, only for those resources you have to pay the money. If you don't use any resource, you don't need to pay the money. So it's like our credit card bill, postpaid bill. So bank is giving a credit card for you. So if you use that credit card, then next month you will get the bill. Okay, if you don't use the credit card, you will not get the bill amount. So similarly, when you go for cloud computing, if you use their resources, then only they will generate the bill for you. Monthly bill will be generated for the cloud resources that you are using. Okay, here the main advantage. Instead of we are purchasing, we are maintaining our infrastructure, we can take infrastructure for the rent from someone. So that is called cloud computing. So who is providing the infrastructure for rent? There are so many companies available in the market who will give you infrastructure for rent. Those companies are called as cloud providers. So the company which is providing the resources for you, those companies are called as cloud providers. Okay, so what are the benefits available when you go for the cloud computing? The first benefit, pay as you go. That means if you use, then only you pay for that. If you don't use, you no need to pay. But if you want to set up infrastructure, crores of money you have to invest first. After investing a lot of money, if our business is failed, then our money will be wasted. But when you go for cloud computing, no money waste, no time waste. Whenever you want, you take it. Whatever you use, you pay for that. So that is pay as you go concept is available when you go for cloud computing. And the second one, low cost. There is no investment. There is no investment when you go for cloud computing. But when you go for on-premises infrastructure, first you need to invest money, you have to set up everything. If your business is down, then your money will be wasted. But when you go for cloud computing, there is no loss, we are always safe. When we want, we can use it. When we don't want, we can delete it. So pay as you go is one of the advantage. Low cost is the another advantage. And next one, scalability. Whenever you want, you can increase the resources from 10 machines to 100 machines, from 100 machines to 1000 machines, from 1000 machines to again back to 10 machines. Whenever you want, you can increase the resources. When you don't want, you can decrease the resources. Scalability will be taken care by cloud provider. Availability, 24/7 cloud resources will be available for you. So from the last 20 years, the cloud computing is available in the market, right? So never they told that today there is no power, today it's raining, today there is no network, our office is damaged, there is a fire accident, our data is lost. No complaint till today. So they will take care of availability. 24/7, the cloud resources, your infrastructure will be available in the cloud. 24/7, you can use the cloud resources required for your business. And reliability. Reliability is nothing but strong, durability. Okay, so whatever the infrastructure cloud provider is giving, there is no complaint. There is no complaint. Oh, my machine is damaged, my machine is corrupted, my data is lost, my data is leaked, my data is tampered. Such kind of complaints are not there from the cloud provider, because as they are providing the service to you, they will take care of all your privacy, they will take care of your security also. So 100% security they are going to provide, and unlimited storage will be given to you. How much amount of data that you want to store, you can store in the cloud computing. And always they will maintain the backup of your data. So whatever the data that you store in the cloud, by mistake if you delete it also, backup will be available for your data. So these all are the advantages available. So when you go for on-premise, all these things we need to take care. When you go for cloud computing, someone will take care of our infrastructure. So happily we can focus on the development. Happily we can focus on the business growth. Happily we can focus on the sales of our project instead of struggling with the infrastructure of the project. So these are the advantages available when you go for cloud computing. Okay, so for every project, infrastructure is required. Infrastructure nothing but servers, databases, storage, security, network. All these things are very important in order to run the project, to run a company. So earlier, companies used it to manage their own infrastructure, which is called on-premise infrastructure. With the on-premise infrastructure, lot of challenges available. To overcome those challenges, now companies are moving to cloud infrastructure. Cloud infrastructure, nothing but we are going for cloud computing. So what is the meaning of cloud computing? So cloud computing is the process of delivering the resources on demand basis with pay as you go. That means whenever you want, you take it. So whatever you use, you pay for that. So that is the reason nowadays so many companies are moving to cloud infrastructure. That means someone will manage our infrastructure so that we can focus only on the development, we can focus only on the business, we can focus only on the sales of our company. Okay, so these are the benefits are there when you go for cloud computing. First benefit, pay as you go. Second benefit, low cost. Third benefit, scalability will be available. Next one, availability. Next, reliability, security, unlimited storage, and backup also will be available when you go for cloud computing. Are you guys able to understand what is the difference between on-premise infrastructure and cloud infrastructure, guys?
Yes, understood.
Yes, good.
Yes,
So
yes,
now
yes,
cloud providers are available. Cloud providers are available. Yes, Saurav, you are saying something?
Sir, please, you please tell this thing to our client so that tomorrow they can migrate this data center to cloud.
You need to tell to your client, sir.
They can't understand. They can't understand, sir. They can't understand because they are the client. They are the laymen. We are the technical person. How they will understand?
Okay, good. Fine, guys. Next one. So cloud providers. Who is called as a cloud provider, guys? Who is called as a cloud provider?
The one who provides the cloud infrastructure.
The company who is going to provide the infrastructure for you, the company which is providing the resources for you, that company is called as a cloud provider. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Alibaba, Oracle, IBM, DigitalOcean, like that there are so many companies are available. Those companies are called as cloud provider companies. They are providing cloud platform. Now here we are going to use AWS cloud in our course. So here we are going to use AWS cloud in order to set up the infrastructure which is required for the application. As I told you, lot of DevOps tools we are going to use. So all these DevOps tools we are going to set up by using Linux machines. So I need 5 to 6 Linux machines, or I need minimum 10 Linux machines in order to set up all this infrastructure. Instead of purchasing those 10 machines, I will take those 10 machines for rent in the AWS cloud. So that's why we are calling this course as DevOps with AWS. That means whatever the infrastructure is required for the project, we will set up the infrastructure in the AWS cloud. Someone yesterday asked me why this course is called DevOps with AWS. Why not only DevOps? So only DevOps means using these tools, but where you will use these tools, where you will install these tools, how do you set up these tools? To set up all these tools, one machine is not sufficient. So minimum 10 machines are required for me in order to set up all these tools. So will you purchase 10 computers to set up this project? So will I purchase 10 computers to set up all these tools and set up 10 computers in my house to conduct this training?
No.
Suppose tomorrow in the company we need 100 computers to run this project. Do you think that company will purchase 100 computers to run this project? No. So we need to take these machines for rent. Who will give these machines for rent? Cloud provider. One of the most famous cloud provider in the market, AWS. AWS is the market leader in the cloud computing. So AWS is very famous for the cloud computing. So that's why we are going to learn AWS cloud concepts so that you will understand how to set up infrastructure in the cloud. By using that infrastructure, we will set up the DevOps tools. By using these DevOps tools, we will simplify, we will automate, we will speed up our project delivery process. That's why this course is called DevOps with AWS. So I hope now you got the clarity. What is DevOps? Why we are going for DevOps? What are the tools available in the DevOps? What is the purpose of each tool? And what is cloud? Why we are going for cloud? What is the drawback with the on-premise infrastructure? And what are the advantages with the cloud infrastructure? Are you clear? Finally, after 3 days, we got the clarity. What is DevOps with AWS?
Yes,
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, madam.
So you have shared a lot of advantages of cloud computing. So do we have any cons, any disadvantages? Like still companies are not yet like banks. So basically, banks are not moving to this
Banks
cloud
are,
platform.
madam, one thing, so there is no drawback with the client, with the cloud computing. If really there is a really drawback with the cloud computing, why these many companies will move to the cloud? So there are only advantages with the cloud. Banks, why they are not moving means their legacy from so many years, they are managing their own infrastructure. If they want to shift from the on-premise to the cloud infrastructure, it will take time for them. So slowly they will also migrate.
So there is no disadvantages, sir.
No, there is no disadvantage.
Sir, I will say one disadvantage. Suppose you are saying that I am giving my data to AWS. AWS is having their own data center. Imagine that tomorrow AWS data center got collapsed in earthquake. Then your data
they have a backup plan, sir. If they don't have the backup plan, how they will run this much business?
Where? In India?
They have their own backup plan. So there is a concept called in the
multi-zone.
AWS, there is a concept called regions and availability zones concept is available. Like this,
Correct.
AWS, how you are managing the data center, AWS will have a data center like this. Like this, they are having 100+ data centers. So always your data will have a backup. If one data center is damaged or collapsed or fire accident, your data is safe in another data center. They have a backup plan.
Sir, even also in our bank also, we are also doing the backup. We are also
that your bank is responsible for everything, right? Lot of resources are required.
Yes.
You need to invest lot of money.
That
but here, if you pay the rent, AWS will take care of it.
That bank will decide why we will take why our
that is when the bank is going to take care of. For the bank, for the company, cost is there, right? They need to spend a lot of money. To save the money, companies are moving to the cloud. Got my point.
Sir, I have one. I'm sorry to have interrupted someone. Can I?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so I just saw that we will be learning the AWS cloud along with the DevOps tools, right?
Correct.
So will you be guiding us, teaching us the whole in-depth concept, or I'm asking this question because before, when I've tried to learn this, I heard one common answer from the trainer saying that we will be covering only few topics. You can refer this doc for continuation learning about this.
Shivani, I'm going to answer your question. As I told you, whatever the AWS topics we are going to cover, right? Those topics names I have already given. These are the services that we are going to learn from the AWS.
Yeah, it's perfect. These are the basic things which are required to, which are required to build our infrastructure, that we will be using Terraform.
Not basic, not basic things. Whatever the services I have given here, all these services we are going to learn in depth.
Okay, about the tools,
every tool. When I told you that once this course is completed, you are equal to 3 to 4 years experience in DevOps engineer. If I tell the just basics, how can you keep that experience? How can you work in the project? So whatever the topic, whether Linux or shell scripting or DevOps tools or AWS, everything we are going to learn in depth so that you will get the practical experience. You can work in the project tomorrow.
I got it. My question comes from a very experienced thing. I'm sorry if I'm sounding wrong, but that is what I faced every time when I joined for this. Like saying that a DevOps engineer should be well and good in the Google searching process, then only he can become a Google. This is the basic answer which I get, common answer. For which they will let's say if I take Terraform only or else Jenkins tool, they will continue for 2-3 classes, and after that they will say that we will not continue for another classes also if I teach all the related to Jenkins and this Terraform. It should be take 1 month to complete one topic, so you can refer this doc and you can complete the other task.
It's not the process. It's not the process here. So Terraform tool we are going to learn in depth. Almost 7 classes to 8 classes we are going to take only on the Terraform. 10 classes we are going to take on the Jenkins. Docker 10 classes. Kubernetes 20 classes will be there. GitHub 1 week will be there. So everything we are going to discuss in depth.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Sir. Now I understood.
And Shivani, and to answer your question, so whatever the tools that we are going to teach you, in depth we are going to teach. Along with that, we are going to teach you self-learning process.
Oh, perfect.
Self-learning process means tomorrow, if any issue occurs in the company, when you are doing your job in the company, when some issue occurs, you should be able to resolve that issue on your own. For that, you need to have some Google searching skills, ChatGPT searching skills. So the troubleshooting skills that you have to learn. So that Google searching is very important. You have to do it. But here first, whatever the topic that I'm going to explain, once it is completed, then I will tell you how to research on your own to learn a new topic, how to learn the concepts on your own. That also we are going to guide you.
So for that you will be providing, will you be providing some task based?
Yes, I will give you some tasks. I will give you some assignments so that you need to do the research and you need to complete those tasks. If you guys are unable to complete, I will complete that in the class.
So that will be, I mean, for every class that you are providing,
for every
right?
tool that we are going to discuss.
Oh, that's awesome then. Thank you.
So whatever the tools we are covering, right? For every tool, I'm going to give you the task.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, good. So with this, we understood the concept. What is the DevOps? The main thing that we understood. First, we understood what is a software project. Okay, how many types of projects will be available and how many teams will be available. We understood roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. What are the roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer in the project? Okay, and the main important thing we understood, what is DevOps and why. What is DevOps and why? We discussed that, and we also discussed about DevOps tools. What are the tools we are calling as DevOps tools and what is the purpose of each DevOps tool that we understood. And the next one, we discussed about why to use cloud. Why to use cloud. Okay, so software project is used to simplify the human life. Whatever the work that we are doing manually, that work can be automated, that work can be simplified. We can reduce the human efforts by developing software project. And so here, software projects are divided into multiple types like standalone application, web application, mobile applications will be available. So there are several technologies also available. Application architecture, front end, back end, database will be available. Okay, so in the project development, so where the DevOps engineer comes into picture. For developing that project, for executing that project, some infrastructure is required, some configurations are required, build and deployment is required, release management is required, monitoring is required. All those things we are going to take care as a DevOps engineer in the project. And as I told you, in the company, one DevOps team will manage multiple projects parallelly. Okay, so what is this DevOps and why? As we discussed, DevOps nothing but development plus operations. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to perform the operations. To establish the collaboration between the development team and operations team, we are going to use this DevOps culture. DevOps is a process, DevOps is a culture, DevOps nothing but set of best practices we are going to follow. What is the main aim of the DevOps? The main aim of the DevOps to speed up, simplify, automate project delivery process to the client with a high quality. Okay, now in order to follow this process, set of tools available, those tools are called DevOps tools. We are going to learn 15 plus DevOps tools as part of that course. Okay, but where we will install those tools, where we will configure those tools. To configure those tools, we need good infrastructure. We need a network, we need storage, we need security, we need backup, and we need machines also. Instead of we are purchasing all the machines, all the servers, infrastructure, instead of maintaining our own infrastructure, we will go for cloud infrastructure. Why to go for cloud infrastructure? For cost saving, for easy maintenance. Okay, so for that reason, for unlimited storage, for security, for backup, we are going for cloud computing. What is that cloud computing? So cloud computing is nothing but taking the resources on demand basis. Whenever you want, you take the resources, you use them, and you pay the money for them. That is called pay as you go model. Whatever you use, only for that charges are applicable, like our postpaid bill and credit card bill. Okay, so here as a DevOps engineer, in order to work with the project, as we discussed already, in order to work with the project, you need to learn AWS cloud. I mean, any cloud platform, I am going to discuss about AWS cloud here. Then in that AWS cloud, we are going to set up the machines, right? those machines we are going to take as Linux machines. So that's why you need to learn Linux. So in the Linux machine, some works we are going to automate. For that, we are going to use scripting. Okay. So once it is done, then we are going to learn DevOps tools and we are going to set up a project. This is the complete agenda. So as part of this course, we are going to learn AWS Cloud. We are going to learn the Linux. We are going to learn the scripting. We are going to learn the DevOps tools. Okay. So I hope you got the clarity of this course, what you are going to learn. Now, in order to learn these concepts, this complete four or five parts available, right? These things we are calling as DevOps with AWS course. That is our training program name, DevOps with AWS course. What are the prerequisites for this course? Nothing, because we are learning everything from the scratch. Okay, so you should have 4 months of time. You should have time to practice on daily basis. Okay, you should have interest to learn the subject. Then you can become a DevOps engineer within 4 months of time. So as I told you, so the introduction part we are understanding. Okay, then Linux we are going to start. From Monday I am going to start with the Linux operating system. Then shell scripting we are going to learn. AWS we are going to learn. DevOps tools we are going to learn. Real-time projects we are going to learn. Interview guidance also we are going to provide. Are you clear with my point?
Hello, sir.
So what do you
Hello.
mean by...
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, what will the better career option between Java and DevOps?
What is the
better career option between Java and DevOps? And what is the
Sir,
future? What is the
for
future?
freshers, Java is good. If you have a career gap, then DevOps is better. If you are fresher, then Java is good. Always developers will have demand in the market for coding purpose. If you have some career gap, and nowadays developers also should know the DevOps. My suggestion, if you are learning Java, then definitely you should learn the DevOps also.
And the future of DevOps, sir?
Future DevOps, always. How many days development will be there, those many days operations will be available.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
That means for a DevOps engineer, coding is required?
Not required, sir. Because for a developer, DevOps knowledge is required. For the DevOps engineer, coding is not required.
Sir, what do you mean by real-time projects, sir?
Real-time projects means, as I told you, I have shown you here. Generally, what people will do in the DevOps courses, they will teach the tools and they will say course is completed. Okay.
Yeah.
But here we are going to set up these kind of projects also. Complete integrations, all the tools we are going to integrate, and we are going to show you the project. How in the real time we are going to set up now, those things we are going to see. So 4 to 5 projects we are going to set up.
Sir, I'm having one question. Suppose I am having one payment integration project. That payment integration project, can you show in the DevOps project? One functionality. I am having one functionality, the payment integration. That payment integration you can show in the DevOps project.
Yes, you can do that. We can deploy.
Okay.
Just if you have the code, for the DevOps engineers, only code is required. Developers will give you the code. Then DevOps people will deploy that code by using these tools and by using the infrastructure in the cloud.
That means payment integration is one.
Yes, any project, whatever the project you give me, that project I will deploy by using DevOps tools.
One API I will give you, REST API, one functionality, one payment integration. That thing you can show in the DevOps, how it is going. Okay.
Yes.
That is project, DevOps project.
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it.
Hi, sir. I'm still hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yep. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Shit. Yeah. Previously, I have taken some courses in GRTP and real-time project also.
Okay.
So actually, which the AWS which services did this cover?
Sir, I have given the list of the service names here, right? So I'm going to cover EC2, S3, RDS, IAM, VPC, Lambdas, EKS, CloudWatch, SNS, Route 53, CLI, Beanstalk. These services I'm going to cover.
Okay, sir. This is an in-depth, right? Yeah.
Yes, in-depth.
Yeah. Actually, I'm a 4 years experience in Java actually, so I need to upgrade skills with the DevOps.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Definitely, so, you will enjoy the content.
Yeah, previously, so I have taken 2 courses in this Ashok IT in 2021.
Yeah, so then you know what is the. So you are the old student, right? You know the quality, how we are going to.
Yes, I know. So I know the teaching.
Yeah, sir, Puppet also we have Puppet, Nagios, Chef, Puppet.
Puppet, Chef, the tools are outdated, sir. We are using Ansible in place of them. Earlier, people used to work with Chef and Puppet for the configurations. Nowadays, people are using Ansible.
For logs monitoring, Splunk you are using?
Splunk and ELK. Those are used for the logs monitoring.
Okay, Putty or WinSCP?
Those are to connect with the Linux machine.
That means you are using Putty here.
Yes, we are going to use Putty, WinSCP, Git Bash, Mobile Extra also.
Okay. Source tree and Bitbucket.
Source tree.
Source tree and Bitbucket.
Source tree is a client to communicate with the Git repository or Bitbucket repository. Yes.
Bitbucket. Bitbucket is same, na? Bitbucket,
yes.
GitLab, GitHub.
Yeah. Okay. And guys, so we are good. I hope you got the clarity. What is this course and what we are going to learn in this course? What are the DevOps tools we are going to learn?
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes,
apart from your classes, how much time we have to give? Like you said, it's a 4 hours, like for a month's duration.
Yeah, daily you need to spend 1.5 hours per class, 1.5 hours for practice. 3 hours you need to spend for me.
Okay.
Okay. And guys, so tomorrow, Saturday, this is first Saturday. I'm not taking the class tomorrow. We have the next class on Monday. So before coming to the Monday session, I want to give you some assignment. Are you guys okay for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I want you people to create one account in the AWS cloud. Okay. So as I told you, we are going to learn AWS cloud concepts. We are going to set up infrastructure in the cloud. So for that, you guys should create account in the AWS cloud. So how to create account in the AWS cloud? I have explained in one video, guys. So my YouTube channel is available, Ashok IT YouTube channel. In the Ashok IT YouTube channel, if you go to the videos, the popular videos, I have taken one mock interview on the DevOps, first round, 3+ years experience DevOps interview. You can go through that video also. Jenkins, I have explained for 2.5 hours just to get the overview. One DevOps project, how we will set up the DevOps projects in the real time. I have done one project setup in 1.5 hours. I have given that video. And here, if you see, there is one video, how to create account in the AWS within 2 minutes of time. Okay, so I want you people to go through this video and set up your account in the AWS cloud. That is the task I am giving you. Can you guys complete this? Because from next Monday, we need to start working with the Linux operating system. So for that, we need one Linux machine. That Linux machine we are going to take in the AWS cloud. So for Monday session, everyone, before coming to Monday, everybody should have the account in the AWS cloud. And that AWS cloud account creation is very easy. And it is a free account only. You no need to pay the money, but you need to give your card details, guys. They will take 2 rupees from your card for the verification and they will give you 2 rupees back. So in this video, step by step, I have explained how to create account in the AWS. I'm sharing this video link in our WhatsApp group, guys. So you people joined in the WhatsApp group, right? So today I will share these notes and I will share the videos, and this video link also I'm posting in that WhatsApp group. So I want all of you to create this account before coming to Monday session. In the Monday session, I'm going to show you how to create a Linux machine in the AWS cloud for our practice. Okay, so you no need to bother about the tools that we are going to install. Okay, what are the tools we are going to install in our system? Everything I'm going to explain you from the scratch. Okay, good. Can you guys create your account in the AWS before coming to Monday session?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going to share that link in our WhatsApp group. I have shared it already, guys. Can you guys check it? This video link I have shared in the WhatsApp group, so that you guys can go through that video and create account in the AWS before coming to Monday. This Saturday I'm not taking the session, guys. From next Saturday, from next week Saturday also class will be available. This is the first weekend, so that's why I'm giving holiday for this Saturday and Sunday. We have next session on Monday at 6 p.m. with the same Zoom link. You can attend the class on Monday. From Monday we are going to start with the Linux. I will tell you what is Linux, how to create Linux machine, how to connect with the Linux machine, and how to do the Linux practice. We are going to start from Monday. Is this okay for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Happy weekend, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.
Sir, 1 minute.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Hello. So actually, I want to ask a question. For working professionals, could you please provide the class on weekends?
Only weekend classes are not there, sir. This is a daily batch, sir. Monday to Saturday classes are there. Only Saturday, Sunday we don't have classes. Only weekend batches are not available now. because the course syllabus is huge. If I take only on the weekends now, it will take 1 year.
Sir, will you teach resume preparation?
Yes, sir. Resume preparation, interview questions, mock interviews also I'm going to take.
Sir, what is Visual Studio, sir?
Sorry?
What is Visual Studio?
Visual Studio is the IDE, sir, which is used to write some configuration files like YAML files that you want to write. We can use that VS Code IDE, Visual Studio Code.
DevOps engineer needs that code, or fine without that we can manage?
We are going to use the Visual Studio Code also, sir. When you go for Ansible and Kubernetes, now we need to write the YML files. At that time, I will tell you how to set up that VS Code IDE and how to use that to write our configuration files.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I will cover that in our course.
And sir, daily classes will be on 6 p.m. onwards.
Yes, sir. 6 to 7:30, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. classes will be available.
So one last question I had actually. You told that the DevOps is actually used to build and deploy the software as soon as possible to the clients.
Yep.
So why wasn't that happening with the traditional way of they doing before AWS came into picture, AWS Cloud?
So they used to do that, but lot of challenges and a lot of time it is going to take to do the work manually. So that work we are automating by using all these tools.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah.
The ticketing tool, did you teach ticketing tool?
Service now, sir. That means service. If I get free license, I can. Service now is a commercial software, sir. That's not required.
But ticketing tool is very crucial thing. Without ticketing tool, we cannot get the permission from our Scrum Master. This is also real-time.
I will teach you Jira here.
Jira is not a ticketing tool, sir.
That is management tool. Yes.
Yes. Ticketing tool is very essential.
Service now we will use. Suppose, for example, when you want to raise a request from IT team, you want to get some request, you want to get some approval. For that, you go for service now. Yes.
Though I am working in L1 support, L2 support, L3 support is also there. Server issues came through the ticketing tool, we can resolve. Because our client told in how many hours you can resolve. This is very crucial thing, sir.
Okay, got it, sir. Got it. Okay, guys. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, Ashok.
Sir, is there any possibility to provide the class at 8 p.m.?
Currently, no, sir. 6 p.m. only we have these classes.
Sir, will you provide backup videos?
Yes, sir. Backup videos, live notes, whatever the notes I'm writing, these notes, and you will get the backup videos also. I told you that what are the services we are going to provide for this course now. Let me show you that. Where is that? Somewhere I have mentioned that what we are going to give you. Daily live classes will be available. Yes, daily live classes will be available. You will get the soft copy notes. You will get the backup videos for revision, 1 year validity. After course completion, next 1 year, you will get the videos. Daily like this. The session is interactive, two-way communication, guys. At any point of time, you can ask your question. Daily question and answers will be available. We will create one group also for the discussion purpose. And on every tool, every topic, I am going to give the assignment. And I will be taking the mock interviews for the people in this batch. And course completion certificate also we are going to provide. These are the services you can expect from us.
But I don't know Python language. Only Java I know. Only Java I know. Only Java I know.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, do we have to have the Java knowledge, sir?
Madam, programming knowledge is not required. Did I mention that programming knowledge is required? I told you prerequisites. Only your time for 4 months, your interest and daily practice is required. That's it.
But you have given some Python scripting and Linux admin.
That is different, sir. If you want to learn those also, then that is called DevOps Fullstack. So for that 22,000 rupees is the fees. You will get Linux admin Python extra.
No, this is not required. This is not required. Linux admin plus Python.
Yeah,
this is
for
not
now
required.
it's not required for you.
Okay, got it.
If anybody want, they can go with that.
And total for backup video is 16,000.
To complete DevOps with AWS, 16,000 rupees.
No, with backup videos.
With backup videos.
Okay. Just send me the link. I will pay for it.
Sure, sir.